That leap from being a top employee to a brand new manager, it's one of the biggest and, honestly, riskiest transitions in anyone's career. And yet, so many companies just promote their best people and kind of hope it all works out. Today, we're going to talk about why that's a huge mistake and how a real onboarding plan can turn that risk into your biggest strategic advantage.
So let me just ask you this, straight up. Think about the last person who got promoted to manager where you work. Were they really given the tools to lead from day one, or were they kind of just thrown in the deep end to figure it out? The answer to that question, well, it says a lot about a company's true health.
And that's because what we're really looking at here is a massive, widespread crisis that's often totally invisible. Companies promote their superstars who then struggle in this new role, and that fallout, it affects everyone. The numbers behind this are pretty shocking.
Just think about the scale of this. A staggering 60% of new managers either fail or seriously underperform within their first 2 years. That's more than a coin flip. It's a clear sign of a systemic problem. And here's why it's happening. A massive 82% of people stepped into their first management role with little to no formal leadership training. We're essentially giving them the keys to a brand new car without a single driving lesson and just wishing them luck.
And you can feel the impact on their teams immediately. A full 40% of workers in the US say they feel stressed out specifically because their first-time manager just seems completely unprepared. So this isn't just some abstract business problem, it's a very human one.
All of this leads us to this archetype that's right at the heart of the crisis, what we call the accidental manager. They were brilliant at their job, a fantastic coder, a star salesperson, so naturally, they got promoted. But the skills that made them great at that job don't just magically translate to managing people, so they're left to learn by trial and, unfortunately, a lot of error.
And here's the thing, one manager's struggle never happens in a vacuum. No way. It creates this dangerous ripple effect, and the consequences can damage an entire department, sometimes even the whole organization.
And those ripples hit the team hard and fast. When a manager's fumbling, morale just tanks, and productivity takes a nosedive. But what's even worse? Over a third of employees say that having an ill-equipped manager makes them want to quit. You're not just risking one career, you're actively pushing your best talent out the door.
I mean, think about this quote for a second. We would never ask a pilot to just learn on the job without tons of training, but companies do exactly that with their managers all the time. The stakes are incredibly high for a role that directly impacts people's careers and well-being, yet we so often rely on this dangerous sink-or-swim mentality.
But, and this is a really big but, there is a powerful solution. Companies that actually have strong, structured onboarding programs see absolutely incredible results. We're talking an 82% improvement in new hire retention and a productivity boost of over 70%. Investing in your managers pays off, big time.
So how do you do it right? Well, it's not about a boring one-day orientation with a pile of paperwork. It's about a complete framework designed to build confident, capable leaders right from day one. Let's take a look at the blueprint.
You see, an effective program isn't just a simple checklist. It's a whole ecosystem. It all starts with a plan that's tailored to them and practical training they can actually use. Then you immerse them in the company culture. But here's the crucial part. You have to give them a support system and clear goals to help them build some early momentum. Each of these pillars supports the others.
And that first pillar, a tailored plan, is so important. Think about it. An internal hire's biggest challenge is shifting from being a peer to being a leader. Meanwhile, an external hire needs a crash course in all of your company's unwritten rules. Their challenges are totally different, so their onboarding needs to be too.
Okay, so we've got the framework. Now let's get practical. How do you actually put this blueprint into action and start building truly exceptional managers?
The training has to be focused on the real-world skills they're going to need, like tomorrow. Forget all the abstract theory. They need to know how to give feedback that actually helps people grow, how to delegate work effectively without micromanaging, and yeah, how to handle the conflicts that always pop up on a team. These are the real building blocks of great management.
But look, training alone isn't the whole answer. They can't do it alone. The best programs build a safety net around them. That means a seasoned mentor for advice, maybe a coach for specific skills, and peer networks so they can talk to other new managers who are in the exact same boat.
A 30, 60, 90-day plan gives them a clear roadmap. The first month is all about listening and learning, meeting the team, understanding the processes. The second month is about finding a small, achievable project,
what we call a quick win. And by day 90, they deliver on that win. That builds so much credibility with their team and a ton of confidence in themselves.
And a really important thing to remember is that this support can't just stop after 90 days. Onboarding should flow seamlessly into ongoing development. Regular check-ins, continuous feedback, chances for more training, that's what turns a good start into excellent long-term leadership.
So when you put all these pieces together, you start to see that onboarding isn't just some HR checklist to get through. It's truly one of the highest return investments a company can possibly make in its own future. The payoff is huge. What you get is more engaged employees and better team performance. You get higher retention of both the managers and their teams. And you start building this pipeline of confident, capable leaders who are ready to steer your company forward. You stop just plugging leaks and you start building a really solid foundation. Ultimately, when you intentionally prepare your new managers to lead, you're doing so much more than just filling a slot on an org chart. You are actively, consciously building the future of your entire business. So, I'll leave you with this question. Take a hard look at your own process and ask, are you just filling a role, or are you building your next great leader? Because the answer to that will define your company's future.